damn, YouTube, it's cold out there. Hey guys, Justin with Backyard Bushcraft. So staying warm in cold weather is not just about comfort, but it's about survival. In today's video, we're going to go over how I dress when I go out in the woods or pretty much anywhere outside in any type of cold climate. As you see, camera's waving back and forth, very windy today. It's about 30 degrees, feels like somewhere around 22 degrees out there, but we're going to go over the proper way, in my opinion at least, on how you can stay warm and properly layer without overheating yourself and doing it incorrectly. Now obviously one of the very first things you're going to do before you venture outside is check your local weather report. Whether it's going to be local or it's going to be somewhere far from where you live, you always want to make sure that the number one thing you do is check that weather report so you can prepare the proper way with the right type of clothing. So without stripping down to my skivvies, we're just going to go over really quick from the inside out. What I have on as my base layer out to what I'm wearing right now. So as far as my underwear is concerned, I believe it's just a Hanes type underwear. It's not cotton, it's not wool, it's that synthetic material. It's almost like that sport type underwear, stretchy, boxer briefs, very comfortable. I found that is, for me, what I like to wear. Keeps things free flowing and doesn't restrict me too much. You can watch 100 different videos out there and you'll have some survivalists or outdoor guys or bushcrafters or whoever out there or whoever you follow say stay away from cotton. Cotton doesn't wick away sweat. It absorbs the moisture, and once you start to sweat and that clothing or that material absorbs the moisture, you're gonna get cold and it'll be impossible to get warm again. Yes and no. I've never had a problem with climate control with my base layers that I wear. I wear just your regular old style waffle type long john. The name of the company or the brand name is Endera. These are cheap, but let me tell you, they're awesome. Okay, I work outside in pretty harsh environments. I'm outside in the woods a lot, and I have to say that so far these have never let me down. If I do notice that I'm getting a little sweaty or maybe I start feeling the body temperature rise up a little bit, that's when I start taking things off, like my hat or maybe my shemagh or maybe my outer jacket. This way I can start regulating my own body temperature, and that usually is good enough for me to not worry about getting my clothing wet from sweat and then getting cold and staying cold the rest of the time that I'm outside. I'll probably get a lot of hell for that, for saying, oh, cotton doesn't kill or cotton's like the best thing to wear. I'm not saying it's the best thing to wear. What I'm saying is, for me and what I do outside, it has worked. Now, on the flip side, I did recently go away to Vermont, and it was pretty damn cold, snowy. I think it was somewhere in the 2 to 3 degree range. I knew I was going to be sleighing with the kids or tubing with the kids, so I dressed a little bit differently, knowing that my activity level was going to be a little bit more than what I would normally do outside, either in my backyard or in the woods. So for a trip like that up to Vermont in a very cold climate, colder than I'm normally used to, being more active, knowing that I was probably going to be sweating a little bit more, I dressed a little bit more appropriately for my base layer, and I went out and invested in these 32 degree heat spandex polyester type base layer. These worked great. Again, in that situation, knowing what I was getting myself into, preparing for the environment, that is why I made the change from these waffle style cotton base layer to this polyester spandex type base layer, because I obviously knew the chances of sweating and not being able to control my climate, my own climate, my own body temperature. I was going to be safer with something that could wick away the moisture as opposed to something that's going to absorb the moisture. If you have other tips, by all means, if any other different suggestions, by all means, throw them my way. I'm always willing to listen, because let me tell you, the older I get, the more I'm realizing I hate being cold, but the fact that I know how to prepare for it and I know I've learned how to control my own body temperature, it's definitely helped me enjoy being outside while the cold weather is here. For your mid layer, you want something like a fleece layer or like a wool layer, something that's going to trap your body heat in there and work with your base layer. Now for today, again, like I keep telling you, I'm not doing anything too crazy outside, but just to show you, I have just, again, another regular lightweight waffle type, let me see if I can tilt the camera down here, a very lightweight waffle type shirt on. It's long sleeve, and for what I'm doing today, this is perfect to keep me warm. So your mid layer, that's pretty much what you want. You want something that's going to trap that body heat and be very breathable, very loose fitting, and you know, work with your base layer, which is what I have on today. So normally when I'm doing anything outside, I'm not wearing like a jacket or a real heavy sweatshirt for an outer layer. Something like I have on here, this Carhartt, you know, jacket type, sweatshirt type thing is, I'm sure you've seen me wearing it in some of my other videos, is pretty much all I need to keep myself warm from the elements. I can tell you though, today with the wind, it is definitely, I definitely need something a bit more weather resistant, would help the situation, which is exactly why I brought it, because I knew sitting here doing this video I was going to be cold. Zip this bad boy up. Okay. So just a quick costume change there, okay? So now I have a little bit more of a weather resistant jacket on. So normally when I'm out in the woods doing anything bushcrafty or camping or hiking, I usually don't have a jacket like this, okay? I normally would be a lot more active, and my body temperature would naturally be higher than it is right now. I'm actually sitting here and I'm feeling that wind blow, and that's why I needed to switch my my clothing to put something just a little bit more weather resistant on. Okay, but this is a perfect example of how you should prepare for the elements. Knowing where I was going to be and knowing what I was going to be doing today, that's why I brought this. So again, just a regular Carhartt jacket, pretty heavy canvas. This is very comfortable. It's a free swing jacket, which means that I don't have any restrictions in my arms. This is something that I would bring with me outside if I had to, if I was going on an extended stay in the woods, or if I knew being outside for a long period of time and the weather was going to change on me. This is something that I would definitely carry in my bag as a little bit of a security blanket. For my pants, what I'm wearing is what I normally wear when I'm outside. These are CQR brand. They don't rip easily. They repel water. They have a lot of cargo pockets on them where you can hold your stuff in your pockets. But these are part of my outer shell, or my outer layer, that I just put over my long johns. Very comfortable. Again, they stretch a little bit, and with the extra layers that I have on, the waistband does stretch a little bit so it doesn't get too tight or uncomfortable. And for the entire video, you see I have a hat on. This is not any type of wool hat. This is just a regular old hat. I believe this is from Old Navy, if I'm not mistaken. There's nothing special about this. In this type of weather, to keep your head covered and to keep that heat trapped into your, as close to your body as possible, is what's important. You do lose a majority of the heat through your head. So that is super important, any type of hat. So my outer layer, again, my hat, this canvas type Carhartt jacket, and then obviously my CQR pants are all part of my outer layer. Again, as you know, I am a Amazon associate. I will list all of these on my my webpage or my Amazon account. I do get a small commission if you happen to purchase anything. I do appreciate it. Check it out, click buy, and Backyard Bushcraft thanks you. And for gloves, guys, pretty simple. Any pair of gloves will do. That'll keep you nice and warm. I happen to like these gloves by Giver. These are cowhide. They have like a wool on the inside. They're awesome. Keep my hands super warm, and they're super tough to the elements. Ooh, it's windy out, huh? So whatever gloves you're comfortable wearing, go ahead and wear them. But these are the ones that I choose to wear, and I really like them. So one of the last things I didn't cover yet were socks. And pretty much, again, you're going to hear a bunch of different things. Wool socks, no socks, synthetic socks, whatever it is. No cotton socks. I found with socks, it all comes down to comfort. I'm all about being comfortable. So I always, no matter what time of year it is, the summertime, the spring, the winter, or the fall, I always carry an extra pair of wool socks with me. While I'm out hiking, while I'm out working, or doing little tasks or chores, whether it's in the backyard, it's in the shop, it's at work, whatever the case is, I wear a regular pair of cotton socks. That's it. Why I bring the extra pair of socks is very simple. I have found that my feet tend to get colder quicker when I wear a thicker pair of socks. Okay? Now, that being said, a lot of people will come and say, well, maybe your shoes are too tight, get a bigger pair of boots. Whatever the scenario is, I wear a regular pair of socks during the day. Let's just say I'm outside camping or I'm outside doing some type of bushcrafty type of thing. I will wear a regular pair of socks, and at the end of the day, I will change those socks out and I will put on a nice, dry, comfortable pair of wool socks. There is nothing better than having nice, dry wool socks on your feet at the end of the day. And I found for me that's kept my feet warm no matter what my feet have been exposed to. For shoes, I wear all different types of shoes. Obviously, if you're going to be in a snowing environment, obviously a nice heavy-duty snow boot. I have on a pair of Merrells here right now, nothing too crazy. And again, like I said, it's pretty cold out. My feet, even though I'm not walking around doing anything too active, they're not cold at all. They are in regular socks. And if I did have to, if I was outside, I was about to sit down and start a fire, I would take those off, put these on, and I'd be all nice and toasty and fine with what was going on. One other thing that I like to wear with me, especially when it's cold out, is a shamag. I really don't like wearing scarves too much, but I do carry with me all the time a shamag. It's an extra little layer. I can open this up, cover a little bit more of my body if I wanted to. But the good part is it wraps around the front of my body, it wraps around my neck, keeps everything warm. A nice shamag or something wrapped around your neck. If you like scarves, you can wear scarves, but this right here is, in my opinion, probably the second most important thing that you can keep on you or wrap around your body besides your hat and your gloves. One of the things that I've learned to carry with me are these hot hands. I always have a couple of these with me in my haversack or in my backpack, especially in the cold weather. Very easy to use. You rip them open the bag like this. Okay. You shake these bad boys to activate them, and in no time you will have yourself some warmth generated to your hands. And one of the things I really like about the hot hands is once you get them activated and you get them warm, you put them right in your gloves with you. All right, so I got these now in my gloves with me, in my hands, and I got some warmth. You just keep shaking them up and you'll feel the heat start generating for these hot hands. All right, and I already have heat coming into my hands, even keeping my hands warmer than they are inside these gloves. So that's just a little tip right there. I've learned that sometimes you just can't cover every base, but you can do everything you can to keep yourself comfortable if the elements really are that extreme. One last thing I want to cover, okay, which I think is super important, is you don't want to overlayer. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure by now you've seen that movie Christmas Story where the little brother goes outside, he goes in the snow and he's so bundled up that he can't even put his arms down. That's not what you want to look like when you go outside. You want to be free flowing, you want to be able to move comfortably, you want to have those layers on you. So if you do happen to start overheating, you can start taking layers off and controlling that body temperature. You can start with taking your hat off, and that will obviously, if you feel yourself starting to get warm, that will obviously start cooling you down very quickly. Or better yet, if you don't want to take your hat off, you could sit here and you could take off your shamag, and then you can open this up a little bit before you even have to take it off, and that will then start circulating air around you and you'll start cooling off. If you're still that warm, you could take this bad boy off, and now you could start slowly taking those layers away and adjusting for how your body is going to react to the activity that you're doing. Like I keep saying, based on the activity level, based on your environment, I just want to show you real quick. If I was going away somewhere where it was going to be snowy, or in some type of more of a heavier type winter atmosphere, this jacket obviously is not going to cut it for me. I'm going to prepare for the elements. I'm going to prepare for the type of environment that I'm going to be in, and I'm going to have the right type of material. So a jacket like this for a day like today, completely unnecessary. Okay, this would be good if I was going to be upstate somewhere on a ski resort. You know, this would be a little overkill for today. All right, but this is not what you want to look like while you're in your backyard taking Christmas lights off, or walking around the yard doing some chores, or even trying to make a fire and working on some bushcraft skills. This is more, hey, you know what? I'm going on a really long, in-depth hike into the woods. It's going to be snow. I'm going to be really exposed to the elements. I'm going to have the proper gear for those types of elements: waterproof, windproof, snowy type winter gloves, a jacket that is really going to keep me protected from those elements. But on a day like today, this is not something that I'm going to wear. I'm going to wear, like I showed you the first time, I'm going to have some type of just little overcoat on. I can button up. I got myself tucked away with my shemagh. I got my hat on, and I'm really good to go. So that's going to wrap it up for me today, guys. Like I said, just wanted to go over some cold weather tips, how to properly layer yourself in these cold weather type environments, because you could really get yourself into a world of trouble really quick if you're not properly prepared. Like I already mentioned, I'm an Amazon associate, so if you click the links on any of the links that I'll have in my description, I really appreciate it. More importantly, don't forget the Titan Survival. Okay, I'm an affiliate of theirs. That's where you can get these really awesome shemaghs. They keep you warm. They're not just for keeping your neck warm, but for a ton of other things. I'll have a link for the discount code in my description for that, along with other cool things that I've been working on over the fall and the winter. So guys, if you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber, and more importantly, ring that bell so you're notified every time I make a new video. I really appreciate you checking me out today. This is Justin with Backyard Bushcraft, signing out.